You know what's the trip, man, is I actually listen to classical music probably more than any other form of music, man. A lot of people don't know that. That's literally like what the fuck I play and what I listen to, man. I'm talking like all the classic shit. Like I'm talking about like I have classical music playing pretty much. I have classical music playing pretty much 20 fucking 4/7, 365. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm eclectic, so I listen to all kinds of shit, obscure shit, arcane shit, esoteric shit, whatever you want to fucking call it. I scan the web, man, looking for new shit, hybrid shit, different genres that I've never heard of before. I mean, every kind of step you can think of, chill step, dubstep, fucking dark wave step, dark wave chill, dark wave dub, you know, Japanese folk, electronica, electric guitar, funk, jazz. I mean, whatever kind of mashup, man. Whatever you can ambient music, ambient sounds, experimental shit. Motherfuckers making their own instruments and like banging on like instruments and shit that they've made like in like welding classes and shit. Come on, man. Music, sounds, frequencies, measurement and signals, intelligence, anything that broadcasts in the electromagnetic spectrum. I listen to those YouTube videos, man, where European Space Agency, the Russians, the Chinese, the Americans, the Canadians, the Australians, the Africans, like whoever, man, different continents, the different respective governments, they've collected signals from fucking space. Come on, man. Like, dude, listen to all that shit. Different codes, different fucking frequencies. Just, man, I was playing around with the frequency tone generator for a couple of years, just doing some research with signals. I saw the dude, couple of them, man, they figured it out. They figured out how to levitate matter that is solid rock and materials that are inanimate with sound frequencies. Shit is tight. That's how the Egyptians did it. People are tripping, man. Like, they got to read up on what was really going on with the Egyptians. They didn't use slaves to make the fucking pyramids, man. If you're an Egyptologist, you already know that. Mainstream society, man, they still believe that shit that they were taught in fucking public schools. Shit, even some colleges and universities. There's no such thing, man. There's no such thing. You couldn't build the fucking Great Pyramid or any of those pyramids. You couldn't build them with slaves. Scientifically impossible. Because they're all precise and they're all perfect. Humans can't do that. Motherfuckers don't know that shit. A lot of niggas. Yeah. You can't do that shit. If you use humans and slaves that are humans, if you use humans and slaves to build those pyramids, you would not have the perfection that you have. So it's scientifically, mathematically impossible that humans built those pyramids by themselves. Those bricks, man, those blocks, whatever you want to call them, in your classes, your classrooms, in your research facilities, your laboratories, your home offices, your studies, your dens, your man and woman caves. Yo, man, straight up, like, do the fucking math and science. You cannot have humans build some shit of that scope, size, magnitude, breadth, and depth on that order that when it's finished, when it's completed, when it's done, is perfect in the way that the Great Pyramid is. Just can't fucking do it. It's impossible. Too many people, too many human factors. The margin of error is fucking too great. So it was done with advanced technologies that are non-terrestrial. And the other thing is, it's very fucking simple. You can watch however many zillions of videos on YouTube. I can paraphrase it for you, man. I can summarize it for you. The way that the pyramids are aligned, you can't do that, man, if you're a human from Earth. You have to have advanced knowledge of celestial navigation. It's fucking that simple, man. You have to know shit about space and space-time. You have to know about other planets and celestial bodies and how they align. And you have to know about error correction, algorithms, and math, and both linear and nonlinear optimization as it applies to space navigation, and objects and landmarks and the topography of Earth. Because those pyramids and structures were all aligned exactly with the heavens. So you would have to have been in space for some length of time and understood, I'm saying in the past tense context, you would have to have been in space for a considerable length of time. We'll say fucking eons, okay, to have that advanced knowledge of how everything aligns in that way. Because even with GPS that was created by the terrestrial military, that is the terrestrial government that's not non-terrestrial, the GPS systems, they're off. They're not exact. There's an atomic clock, but our systems on Earth, they're not exact, precise. But the pyramid is, and so the pyramids are, and so you couldn't do that in ancient fucking times, man, with stone cutter tools. Come on, man. And then if you look at Pumapunku and the H blocks of Pumapunku, dude, that shit was cut with motherfucking goddamn lasers, period. That's all there is to it. Laser cutters, laser torches, lasers. Also, the crop circles, yeah, some of them are fake, but a lot of them aren't fake, and the Harvard study proved that. You could have an advanced team of scientists go out at night and try to replicate one of the complex crop circles, and you barely can fucking do it. You barely can, and we're talking about scientists, okay? Barely being able to complete one of those advanced crop circles, okay? That doesn't account for the radiation. Then where does the radiation come from? And why would our government, terrestrial government, be telling farmers, paying them hush money, having them sign national secrecy agreements? That is non-disclosure agreements at the level of national to international secrecy? Come on, dude. If it were just some hoaxsters, if it were just some fucking jakes, just out, being buffoons, come on. I mean, come on, man. Why would the government go out of its way to ask the farmers to be quiet, give the farmers money, and tell the farmers not to talk about it? It's the same thing, man. Look, I lived on 5 acres of land, and there were cow mutilations taking place, and the government told our neighbors to be fucking quiet about it. And there were people in white suits that were scanning the area for traces of radiation. 'Cause come on, dude. There's no fucking outfit on Earth. In other words, there's no contingent or cadre or group. There's no organization on Earth that's going around with laser precision cutting tools, incising, that is, making incisions, cutting into cattle, taking out their organs perfectly with zero traces of fucking blood. Come on, dude. There's no satanic cult that does that shit, man. There's no group of human beings there's no group of medical professionals that can fucking do that. Okay? Even DARPA can't even fucking do that shit. DARPA can't do that goddamn shit. Okay? So we're talking about aliens, dude. Get a fucking grip, cut the shit, stop motherfucking lying. All right? Math is actually simple if you do math using pure math and whole numbers. You don't really need calculus per se to understand basic motherfucking logic. You just have to look at the data set. You just have to look at the crowd. We can apply Bayesian methods, and you can see that it is mathematically fucking implausible, unlikely, and impossible currently for the terrestrial population of humans to do the shit that's been happening to cattle going back decades before the internet even fucking existed. Okay? And microelectronics and all this shit. Those cows that have been mutilated, they've had their organs removed so fucking precisely with zero traces of fucking blood. There's no satanic cult that can do that shit, that has the laser cutting ability to do that shit with cattle. All right? If you look at every single thing that has been done to those cattle, there is no group of Satanists on this planet that can do that to a cow. Let alone the U.S. military can't even fucking do that shit. Okay? They don't know how to fucking do it because there's not one drop of blood. We're talking about zero. Zero. Okay? U.S. military can't even fucking figure that shit out. So it's obviously alien. And Pumapunku, if you look at the H blocks, cut the shit, man. There were no stone fucking cutting tools that could cut those blocks into H blocks, precisely in the way that they were cut. And when you measure them, that is those H blocks are perfect using lasers and sensors to determine that the geometry is either precise, that is perfect, or imprecise, imperfect. They are perfect fucking cuts. You can't do that with ancient stone cutter tools, man. Come on, man. Cut the shit, man. You already know it's alien shit.